Hi everyone, it's me, Dana from Dana's Antique Goodies. Except, in this video there's not going to be a whole lot of antiques, but that's the name of my video, my channel. But, that's okay. Because just remember, even the new things, if you hold on to it long enough, it becomes old. I don't know, but this is what I got. There's a whole bunch of random stuff that I accumulated throughout the weeks. And now I think it's time to share it with all of you. So, first things first, which is another video I will be uploading, along with this one, is the, I can't speak. I can't think. Okay. Yes, the Fine Arts Fiesta in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. So, I got some stuff from there, and I didn't get this year. I got this a few years back, but, I just figured I'd share it with all of you. I don't think I ever showed this on video, at least not that I'm aware of. It's quite dusty. I had it up in the attic because I just didn't have the room for it down here. But, ain't that pretty? It just hangs on there. It's all different colors. So, when we bought this, Jamie and I, so he has the star pieces in, like, a basket, like, you know, just a run-of-the-mill wicker basket, and you pick through it. All of them were either clear or this blue. This was the only one in there that was multicolored. And then the years after, because he still sells his, like, glass, like, creations, like these, like, stained glass windows you can hang, I guess, in your window or from the ceiling. I don't know how you'd really display those, but they have, like, you know, pictures of flowers and stuff like that made of glass. And then, you know, like sun catchers, and you'd have the sun shining through them. But, every year I've gone, he would have these stars still, but less and less. Like, almost like he was just getting rid of the old, like, his old stock. And just not continuing to make them anymore. And then as of last year and this year, I didn't see them at all. Not even in just the generic looking ones that are, you know, just clear glass. So this is almost like a rarity. So, I don't know why he would stop making these. These are really nice. Really cool. They definitely are one of a kind and unique. Especially in all these different colors. I haven't had the sun shine through this, like, at all, because it's pretty dark upstairs, and I kind of always have the windows and doors shut, but I'm sure if it did, it would really light this thing up, you know. So there's that. And how much did I pay for it? I don't really recall. I'm gonna go off on a whim here. Again, it's an art festival and stuff's pricey. And this was a while back too, so they do actually tax on their stuff there. But again, because, you know, they probably have to pay a small fee to have little tents and stuff there with their art they ever sale. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I probably paid, like, I think it was like, was it $17, or maybe I think it was $27 for all of that, you know, the stand, the star. Even though I pretty much need the stand for the star regardless, but, you know, I guess it just sounds better that way. And now I'm going to show you what I got from the festival yesterday at the very end. But, so what do we got here? What do we got? Okay, so my friend and I went to a indoor flea market I haven't been to in a long time. It's not that they didn't really have anything that I liked. It's just the fact that a lot of these vendors there are quite delusional. Most of the times they will tell you they really are going off of weekly prices, but the thing is they're not selling on eBay. It's at a flea market, actually. It's at a flea market of all places. A really, really run down indoor flea market that's been there for a long time. But that's what it is, I guess. And then a lot of them kind of seem to have like an attitude problem, or somewhere from somebody or somewhere I read is that a lot of them use their booths as storage because it's much cheaper than an actual storage unit. So they'll pay to store their stuff there as though they were a vendor, but they're never there to sell their stuff because they're just using it to store their stuff and not actually sell anything. So one of the two or multiple booths will be all closed off with like giant drapes. So there's that. So I kind of just stopped going because of that. But Rose wanted to go, and she said apparently this would only be the second time with her going, or was it the first? I don't remember. I'm sorry. But I actually found technically 2, but 3 things that I liked. Kind of for like a DIY down the road, do a do-over, like a repaint. So I got this little guy, this vintage seagull statue for only $5. Ain't he cute? Look at him, like, I don't know why they do that. It's weird, ain't it? So I thought this was really cute. We got Mr. Seagull. And then I got these. I guess it's stupid information, but him and these I've watched since. So they'll be ready for a good painting down the road. So these the price dates on them actually. It was, I think. I guess that's just the numbers for the piece, like by Home Co. 8957. Yeah, I don't think that's a date. But I'm just gonna go off on a whim and say these are from 70s, late 70s, early 80s, because that brand with these plastic looking frames, yeah, I'd say so. And with the pictures in particular, I'd say the early to probably like the mid 80s, because I've seen these in a lot of houses, like in kitchens and stuff like this and that. Love grows, happy hearts. A house is made of brick and stone. A home is made of love alone. I don't like these at all until I took it apart to wash them, and then I realized it's one solid piece. I thought these were just little, inserts with the cardboard backing, but it turns out it's the whole thing, so I can't necessarily just throw this away because it's the whole back to the frame. Because what I'm going to do, because it doesn't matter anyway, because they'll be covered up regardless of what I put in these, but I was probably going to put some pictures of my cats in these heart-shaped frames. And I was probably going to spray paint them or something. Like, I was thinking like a gold, but I'm thinking like another color, like a fun color, like yellow, like happy yellow, You even see the frame, the glass is out of place. It's not broken, it just, I don't have these screws fastened all the way down, so I guess it's sagged. It like fell, but yeah, there's these I got for $2, so $1 each, 2 for the both. So in total, I only spent $7 on that day. So 5, 6, 7, yeah. So I got those, and what else did I get? What else? Allergies. Sorry about that. I'm gonna move this back before something stupid happens. Jamie was working on his dad's car, and we had to go an hour out for a part. Then that in the end, we ended up just returning because you needed 2 of that said part, not the same one, but like a different one for it to, I guess, all be encompassing the work equally together. Something with the engine and stuff. But he ended up returning it in the end. But we ended up going to one of the antique malls I haven't been to in a long time. Again, but it's not about prices or anyone there giving us lip. It's just, I never really find anything there. And it's not forever far. It's like an hour out, but it's like, it's a good thing we went there initially for something in the area, not just there, because this is all I got. And it was only $3. So, me at my OCD, they had 3 other snowmen. Of course, I looked over which ones were the best ones. And it's the only one I saw that didn't have chips or any other stupid imperfections. So it's just one of those little stone glass snowman things. They're little things, you know. You know, you go to antique stores and stuff, and there's like these little thick stone or ceramic figures, and they're just one solid color. Like they have squirrels, they have a fish or a tree or something simple like that. It's like stoneware or something. They're just, I don't know, maybe they bring good luck, but they had like a whole thing of them, like almost like it used to turn and have like glasses on it, like prescription or not non-prescription glasses like at the Dollar Tree. But it had a bunch of these on it, on little hooks. And there's all different ones, and they're all different prices. The most expensive was these ones that were like $12. But this little guy, I guess the snowmans weren't worth a whole lot. You know what? It's worth it to me. So that's why I picked him up. So I got him for $3. Ooh, this floor is hurting my knees. Ah. What else did I get? Oh. For free, some lady right around the block decided to throw away a lot of good stuff. So there was 3 houses that was throwing some stuff out. 2 of the houses was literally just junk, like stuff that was sitting in the corner of their basement and rotting away. But this lady, my gosh, she had a whole bin of, what is it? Bath and Body Works candles like this, but they were just too burnt down, so it wasn't, I guess, good enough for me to take. But she had 1 bag like this, minus the tote with all the leftover candles, and she had 2 candles in there, in particular, Christmas ones. This one and one I have in the living room I didn't bring out, it's peppermint, but they are only burnt to here. And everything was fairly clean, so I feel confident lighting this candle in the house. So it's not like it has like some sort of sexual transmitted disease in the candle, you know. So I got that. I always wanted these. It's actually 3 of them, but I could only find 2, so they must have used the other one. But we got Bad Kitty and Precious Kitty. So, and they were never ever used. So when I was little, I always wanted to collect the Avon soaps, but my mom came from a time where she bought it, I'm going to use it. Well, she bought them in general because I was just a kid, didn't have any money. But whatever the case may be, you know, it's soap, so you're going to use a soap, right? And I didn't want to use soap, I wanted to just like it for what it was. You know, like almost like a little piece of art. And she basically forced me to use it. She's like, I'm not going to buy you any more if you don't use what you have. That whole song and dance. I could imagine how many Avon soaps I'd have, you know, the little figures, like for Halloween. I had these pumpkins, these little jack-o'-lanterns. There was a tall, skinny one and a short, stubby one, and they were like glittery. So when you wash yourself with them, like, you would have like sudsy glitter. It was so cool. I had a black cat. For Easter, I had these bunnies. They kind of looked like chocolate bunnies, like if you have a Gertrude Hawks, they look like kind of like those chocolate smudgeon bunnies, but they weren't brown, they were in other colors. I still have those because, again, being older too, holiday oriented, she only have certain ones out for certain holidays. So if it was around Easter, she'd have the Easter soaps out. If it was Halloween, the Halloween. And the Halloween, unfortunately, which is my favorite holiday, got used. But at least I could say I experienced it. But I have the Easter bunnies, 2 of them. A pink one and I think a beige one. I think it was supposed to be yellow, but turned colors overnight, I guess. And then there's this one. They're never used. You're wondering what that amber looking stuff is. I think that's just the oils from wherever they were exposed to or just from sitting and not being used. So yeah, I got those. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then I got this bag. So they had other lights, but I left those for these. Yeah, skeleton lights. Now, I don't think they're old ones, like 90s, but definitely maybe from like 2010s or something like that. We got bats. Sorry, got snagged. And we got pumpkins. And they all worked, and none of them were broken. Let's plug them in. Show you the magic. We got the skeletons. We got the bats, just tangled. And lastly, we got the pumpkins, which is also tangled. But these things are easy to get tangled up, but they're so big that they don't get like stuck. But yeah, that's all she wrote. The lights. Yeah, they had just the regular ones. They had a few bags, just the little bulbs that are kind of in these. They have like a little pokey at the end. You know what I'm talking about. Just the generic little string lights. Christmas time are like kind of just clear. But these ones are like every bulb was in a pattern. You had green, purple, or purple, green. And I didn't buy them. They're just boring and generic. So of course I took the skeletons and the pumpkins and the bats. I don't really care if the bats, maybe because they're metal, kind of, and they're not plastic. But they're still cool. They have little eyes. So that's that. Those. Some free Halloween lights. Always a good time when you get free lights. Especially Halloween lights. I swear I just heard something. I think that was a goose. Okay, and then Rose and I went to the Circle, which I've videoed before. It was just me who went though, I think, alone. So the very first thing I picked up was this Sabrina doll. Now I don't really collect Barbies, but being that it was so beat, and growing up watching ABC Family early in the morning while eating a bowl of cereal before elementary school, I remember watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but I never really cared for the show itself. And again, I was younger, I was only in elementary, but I liked Salem the cat, the talking cat, the puppet. And what do I like more than anything when it comes to collecting? Cats, especially hot cats. It was only $5, and the box is pretty much trash. So this is what I was going to do. Oh, Well, that was easier than I thought. I just took him out. And gonna give him a dusting, because even being in that box, he's like, it's almost like her hair kind of was disintegrating on him. But then I'm gonna clean him off and put him into my black cat collection, which I currently have packed away. But he'll be out on display once I have it all back out again at some point. So we got Salem the cat, and all we now are left with is a doll, which I'm going to sell as is, with her really warped looking box. But yeah, I only paid $5 for that, so that wasn't terrible. And then I came across this, which all I have are the older buggies. I never came across the newer ones, well, newer 90s, 2000s. They always came in this generic looking blue, which is nice. I would have preferred a yellow one to go with all my yellow bugs that I have out on display, but it's a change up, you know. And this was of the time with this model. I believe it's a 99. The guy was asking originally $20, and then he was asking 10, and all I and I didn't come with much money, and all I had left over was $7, so I took it. I'm actually gonna, there we go, I took that sticker off. But yeah, isn't this neat? Look at that. That's cool. I always wanted one of these bugs, which I wouldn't be opposed to getting down the road. Isn't that cool? You know, I wish I was from the time. It's sad I was born around that time, so I was just a baby, but if I was like a teenager, an adult back like in the 80s or 90s, I could have definitely had had my license and everything for one of these little bad boys, but it's the way the world works, right? And then from there we went to Pieces of the Past, which is an antique store owned by an old married couple. They actually live right next door to their antique store, which was a barn they transformed into an antique store. And I got this little guy. So I collect these hissing arched cats, which were made in Germany back through, what was it, the 20s through the 40s, and they're by Global West Germany. And I never knew until now that they had a snowman. And of course I looked them up for price matching and stuff like that, or if he had like any imperfections that weren't up to my par, and everyone that was in decent shape sold, or like a while ago, or they were asking an outrageous amount of money for, and they were missing their broom or missing paint from their hat or had a chip in them. So of course eBay, they were asking like only like, or not well only, but which is just crazy, they were asking like $60 for this guy alone. And at the antique store, they were asking $27. And I asked, would they do $15? And she did. And then I said, as I'm pulling my money out from my wallet, I'm like, and plus tax, right? She's like, oh no tax. Just it's a friendly discount. You know, it's all good, you know, because I guess they knew me from before. But I got me a little ceramic snowman to put out during the holidays. We got him and that little stone looking one. And then, so this is the stuff that's not too old, really. You know, not like vintage or anything. Maybe other than these two pins right here and this guy. But, so my mother-in-law is having her yearly yard sale next month. And there's a lady, I guess she knows, that's only down the road from her mother's house where they're hosting the yard sale and storing all their stuff there to sort through and whatnot until the time comes. And she had me and Jamie come to help her. She's like, oh, there's only 8 boxes. And they could be any sizes, any weight, whatever. So it's like, okay. Yeah, there's 8 boxes, but they're one of those massive, massive Amazon boxes. Like Amazon, like the Amazon bins, Prime bins. But from a lady's house. I don't know how she acquired all that. I don't know if some of this stuff was from her personal purchases and she just never used it or forgot about it or got all this off someone else, some other lady, and then got stuck with all of it. So the whole reason they got it is because her mother, Jamie's mother, paid $100 for the whole lot. And I guess they're gonna try to double it. They're gonna try and double it, I guess. After we pick through it, because that was, I guess, our payment. We can have anything we want as long as we were to help move the boxes to her mother's house. And I guess sort through all of it. But, I have a feeling they're not gonna get $100 back. And what they have left, or just what's left there in general. It's this really odd and end stuff, like just silly things you don't even know what goes to what. Like they're missing parts and pieces. But there was some old stuff among the boxes, or should I make that too? So I have this little pumpkin pen, a goofy little face. I don't really care for it, but it was there, and this little snowman. This thing. And this guy, which is by Dan D. But I don't know if he's old. And he works. He's obviously new because of this thing, but he doesn't have a tag.
Well, I got a new dance and it goes like this. Yeah, the name of the dance is the Candy Cane Whip.
I don't really care for his dance. But I like him. He's cute. Let me fix his legs. Yeah, there you go. We fixed them. But, sorry if I keep making weird faces. I just hear weird noises in the background. It's like, what is that? Someone calling me? Is that you, God? But, yeah, we got him. It's cute. And then we have this stuff. Oh, nothing beats going through things on a hard floor. So let's see what we got here. So a lot of this I'm either going to be keeping, trying to sell myself. So let's see what we got here. So I got this whole bag of glitter, probably for like the holidays. It's like whites and pinks, or well, it's like luster. So I got a whole bag of glitter. I got this thing. Let's see what else we got here. Got a whole box of little hats, and scarves. They come in all different colors. What else we got here? Happy Halloween, 8 pieces. So we got these ginormous, I guess, pumpkin balloons. Kind of looks like I have a skeleton on them or something, so I could see a skeleton hand. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 of these. That was Jamie's idea, not mine. We got balloons. I don't know what these are. It kind of look like Easter eggs on these balloons, but I don't think they are. Looks like balloons on balloons, or maybe they have letters. But here we got some balloons. We got, which doesn't go to any of our phones at all, but Jamie liked it because of screen. Got a screen phone case cover. Don't know what phone that's to. I got this. I just want it for the scissors. I could care less about the embroidered thread. Got a whole bag of miniature army men. Actually, I have a piece in here before I forget it's in there. See? We got more balloons, and we got a Sharpie marker. Christmas theme colored. Red, green, and white. We got a little hairbrush with a mirror, and some lipstick. We got, which I feel like are hand maracas now that I think about it. Because I was like, oh yeah, they don't have a handle. They're hand maracas. I got one of grass and flowers, and we got a ladybug. We got this thing. He turned backwards. I guess he's camera shy. Whee. We got a wooden camel. A little bit of that side eye going on. I got a teacher's purse keychain. We got this little guy. Like something you get in Japan. You know, one of those quarter machines. Got a bag of Google Eyes. More balloons, but they're like shiny. I got a gift card holder. No gift cards inside though. We got artificial trees. More army men, but instead of men, they're knights. And they're just a little bigger. We got a trophy. We got a box cutter, which is just plastic, not actually like metal or anything. Got this thing. Jeez. We got Christmas sushi. Got blank cards. We got slime. And these PJ pants, which I will be wearing. They're larges. They have French cats on them. I gotta put those in the wash. They're new, but they don't have a tag on them or anything, so I'm just gonna throw them in the wash. We got a set of 2 picture frames. They're like in a really light purple. A squirrel, which was from Family Dollar or not Dollar Tree. Family Dollar or one of the two. Family Dollar, General Dollar. Why can't I think of that? Just a little squirrel decoration for the fall. A shadow box, which I've been wanting for a while, but this is a little too small for what I need it for. And some stickers and stuff, and letters. Stencils, I'm guessing. I'm thinking they're stencils, unless they are like thick stickers, but I figure this would be something fun to say. People ask for my help, love, I speak for others. I'm doing my best. This is true. I am doing my best. And now off to the piece de resistance. What I got at the festival. Oh. Man, I have a lot to clean up after this video. Here's one of the things. My wallet. Okay. So we got two things. Two very fragile things. So we're going to start off with this one. I do it towards the floor. I'm very paranoid. So I got this guy. Oh, I didn't notice. He's not necessarily black. He's a purple. He's a really, really dark purple. Or I don't know what kind of glass to use, but in the light, so not in the light, he's black, like pure black. And I can see a little bit in his feet because they're thinner, but it's a purple. Look at this. You see that? Wait. Maybe not. I could see it. Oh, it doesn't really show up on there. I'll have to show you in the light, but that is cool. He's actually like a purple. And it's funny, I was looking at these cats that were actually purple, but he's black and then has like a sheen to him of purple. Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. It's like a rainbow shining through the corner of the window being displayed somewhere in the house. It's like he's black, but then in the light he's kind of like a dark purple. It's really weird. In a good way, though. Now that's the hidden gem. And then we have this, which I'm going to open again on the floor. I was getting too carried away. I don't even like opening on this way because it's hard, but I'm taking my time. And I have the bubble wrap facing down while I'm unwrapping them, so it should be alright. It's not like I'm throwing them down like a bouncy ball. So I got this little guy, this little hedgehog. There was two of them, but the other one kind of was more red, like had red spikes. This one was orange, more like, I mean, they're both kind of like fall orientated. I would see myself putting something like this out for fall, but the other one, I'm not really a big red person. It's probably what it is, but I like orange. I mean, for Pete's sake, my car is orange. Drive around the Great Pumpkin every single day. Well, at least not right now, but when I do. So, yeah, I got this little hedgehog. That terrified me, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, how could I show you? You know what? Yeah, that's how I'll show you. So, I'm gonna end it here. Let's do this. Okay, so here's the hedgehog. It's a goofy little face. That's him. This is the cat. Let me show you what I was talking about. Let me grab him this way. Come on, you. Okay. Come on, do it. Oh. Oh, see? See that purple on his tail and his feet? His little foot. See? There's purple. Purple. Like purple highlights. But it's not. It's the glass. Let me see this off camera too. Yeah, he is purple. Like, I feel like a ding-dong right now, but it's true. It's like, is he a dark purple, or is he black? And then, like in certain lighting, he like has like these little purple highlights, but it's his whole body. It's not just here and there. Like, see, you could see it through his feet. Did he like? No, he couldn't have done that. Isn't that bizarre? Let me see. Yeah, it's like black and purple mixed in, so on the outside he just appears as a black cat, but in the light and certain lighting, you could see his purple. Isn't that cool? Wow. You are a neat little guy. But, oh, and here's Salem. Isn't that cool? Surprised there's no date or anything on his bottom. Usually they would. At least to tell you that it's Mattel, but I guess they didn't want to. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you'll enjoy the Fine Arts Fiesta video I'm also going to be uploading. If you haven't watched it already, be sure to check it out. And take care, and I'll see you in the next video, as always. Bye-bye.